trying to make it out alive. We don't have to run, be afraid no more. When the thunder comes, we won't fear the storm. Can you hear the drums beating louder than before? This means war. Feel it raging inside. We don't run from the battle, we run straight to the fight. This means war. This means war. Feel it rising up within us, getting stronger now. No one left to avenge us, but we will never back down. We don't have to run, be afraid no more. When the thunder comes, we won't fear the storm. Can you hear the drums beating louder than before? This means war. Feel it raging inside. We don't run from the battle, we run straight to the fight. This means war. This means war. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Oh, like stars from the sky. Oh, can you hear us calling? Oh, this is a battle cry. This means war. Feel it raging inside. We don't run from the battle, we run straight to the fight. This means war. This means war. This means war. This means war.
So there we were beneath the burning sky. Both had a reason to live, but so much more to die. Will fate decide who has to go? Oh, oh. We both know pain, but we deal it too. Or who's dealt more? Well, I leave that up to you. I circle round, but you double back every time I turn you. There in fact, well, I guess I met my match. I drew fast, but he drew first. Had to make me bleed. You quench his thirst, oh well. Now I know. This is how it ends. Let's just not pretend that I've always walked this path alone. And you will never see the likes of me again. Though I'm morphine, suit and tie, another target on his mind. He did not see me creep up from behind. For one long day and one painful night, I waited to take him, but by surprise he was so unaware and unafraid to die. This is how it ends. Let's just not pretend that we never walked this path alone. They will never see the likes of us again, though we may have saved a life or two. It never made us heroes, my friend. With our final breath we repent. Hope to be forgiven for our sins. After all, we were two monsters dead sent to the dead.
All the pain and the struggle, through the dark clouds and the rain, made it worth all the trouble to feel the sun shining on me. This house is a jungle, you gotta fight for your place. I was born in the rubble, gonna keep on climbing. Ooh, for the people that said that I couldn't do it, I take every word, burn it like fluid. Just a red light running right through it. On the top of the mountain, yeah, we've heard our way to the top of the mountain. Yeah, we never coming down from the top of the mountain. The higher you get, the further the fall. I didn't come all this way for me to lose it. Ooh, for the people that said that I couldn't do it, I take every word, burn it like fluid. Just a red light running right through it. I do it, I do it. For my people, for my team, for anybody trying to give a dream. Back in the day when it was just a dream.
Yo! What's up, everyone? How's it going, Patrick?
I don't know, man. I just hit my finger. I don't know. I'm all right.
Hit your finger? Why'd you do that?
I don't know, my desk. I was doing yo, and I came down. And
I don't understand.
I'm all right.
I don't understand.
I'm clumsy. Bottom line, I'm just a clumsy fella.
Okay.
That's all.
That's okay. It's all right. Clumsy too.
Yeah.
I have my moments.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Hello, Otto. Thank you for becoming a member. Very much appreciated. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Otto's there. Yeah. And Otto, we got your question queued up. So I know there wasn't a Q colon in front of it, but I told Chatmaster C to queue it up. So, yeah, Mark, multiple builds every day. Yeah, I know. We'll have to ping Darren though. Hook us up. So Patrick, you missed it yesterday. Alberto was showing off. I pinged you on the other team, so you probably didn't see it.
I know.
Did you see what I sent you?
I saw it, but I gotta finish watching the
video.
Yeah,
that timeline update in Dex Studio. That's amazing. That's bananas. Yeah. All right.
I have to watch that.
All right.
Is it in the latest Dex Studio?
No. It's a preview build, so we got to go to Darren and get our hands on it. So it'll be out soon enough. So I did a poll. If folks saw the Ode to a Pie Chart little short that I put on YouTube. So 62% said no. So now you got something to go watch after the stream. It was a chat GPT Ode to a Pie Chart. Burnett, no, Microsoft is not sponsoring Dex Studio. It's a independent tool. So love it. So welcome everyone. Hope you're having a great weekend. Appreciate you. Chatmaster C, I still won't watch it. Well, all right. That makes me sad. Hope everyone's doing well though. If you are new to the live stream or Guy Cube in general, put hashtag new in the chat. We always love seeing all the new faces. Just loving where having new people here and seeing where they are in the world, and always amazes me. Yeah. So also shout out to the members of Guy Cube. We appreciate what you do here on the channel. If you see folks with a green name or the Guy Cube logo next to them, those are members of Guy Cube. So just big shout out to you. Appreciate it. Everything you do to help us stay afloat. So if you want to learn more about being a member, check out the link on the screen or hit the join button down below to learn more. No commitment required. Just a big thank you from us. Uh-oh. What are you doing? The It Depends jar is ready. So if you're not familiar with the It Depends jar, that is a... so if we say it depends to a question, we put $1 in the jar. It goes to charity at the end of the year. And Kevin said we were at, did he say $18 or $19 so far year to date?
I think he said 19.
19?
I think he said 19. Yeah.
Kevin keeps us honest.
I got some new.
We appreciate it.
I got some new ones this morning. Yesterday. So.
Oh. Like new ones, or like they're new to you, no, but they're kind of old.
New to me. New to
okay.
me. New to me. Okay. I was running out. All
right. Yeah. Kevin said 19. Love it. All right. So. Oh my gosh, Tomas. You see Tomas? Every time I see her hear Chat GPT, my self-esteem takes a hit. Oh. It's the thing right now.
Why?
It's the thing right now. Yeah. Why does it? I don't know.
Kevin said I just printed the money. I gotta.
Yeah. Thomas, Kevin's actually got a report that he uses to track all of that, so you can kind of see what happens over time. So, yep. Yeah. So Marco posted the chat. So it was a live stream with.
Okay.
Oh no, he dropped a JPEG image for the timeline preview. So that thing is bananas.
Okay.
So it allows you to see the mix between Storage Engine and Formula Engine, and that was nuts. That was nuts. So definitely check that out. All right, let's see who's new here.
Thanks, Marco.
So Venue is a new member. Thank you for becoming a member, Venue. Although I don't see you as a member. You don't have a green name. I don't know why that is. But thank you for being here. Kathleen is new. Let's see here. Scott is new from Charlotte. Nunn is new. Said hi, Patrick. Hello, and Belinda.
Nunn. Hello, Nunn. Hello.
Hi, Nunn. Also. Emmanuel is a new member from Nigeria. Welcome, welcome. Thomas is old-fashioned. Yeah. Let's see any more. That was all I saw. So welcome, everyone. Glad you were here. Glad you made it. And Paul Turley coming in with a super chat. Appreciate it, Paul.
Boom.
Although, why don't I see it? There it is. So this is to catch up the It Depends jar from Thursday. All right. So that's $20. $20 in the It Depends jar. All right. I'll take that.
I'm so sorry I had to drop early. Look what I have. Look what I have.
You have a 20?
$20 in the It Depends jar. I do.
There you go.
Yeah, boom.
All right, Kevin. That's dedicated to the It Depends jar. So there you go.
20. Sorry I had to drop early on that, Paul. Mark.
So Greg said, feels like ChatGPT and Ask Alexa. We entered a new domain of human consciousness. Yes. Yes. Yeah, we're replacing Hey Alex with ChatGPT. So no, we're automating out the Hey Alex command, and I think Alex would approve of automation on that front. So everything's good on that.
So before we start answering the questions, just a shameless plug here for Alex and I and Scott Sewell we're on the CAT team. All three of us work together, and we're going to be out in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta. I live in Atlanta, but Scott and Alex are coming up to the pre-con. Alex and I are doing the pre-con. Scott is going to be a moderator, and we're all presenting on Saturday. I talked to the organizers. There's still a few seats left in our pre-con. I don't think there's many, but there's still some seats at the Sequel Saturday, and it's completely free. The Sequel Saturday is completely free, so come on out.
So Paul said he's going to be at the pre-con. I know Pa Beater said he was going to be there as well, at least at Sequel Saturday. I don't know if he's going to be at the pre-con, but he will be at Sequel Saturday.
At least come to the Sequel Saturday. So I will say this, and I've been talking to the organizers. They wanted to, show their appreciation for us doing this, and I was like, I don't want anything. I enjoyed this. But if you know someone, one person, right, that you think could benefit from this, maybe they're in the middle of a career change. There's been a lot of layoffs, and things are doing like this. I asked them. I said, hey, why don't we just give a couple of seats for free? Not sure how we're gonna negotiate that, but send me a note. We have an info thing on Guy in the Cube. Send me a note, right, and tell me why they should attend, and we'll see if, and they got to be local because we can't pay for their travel, but we'll try to see if we can get them a seat. Yep.
So Candace Kay said that she was going to the pre-con as well.
All right, Candace, we'll see you there.
There you go. Yeah, Pa Beater said he'll just be there on Saturday, so all good.
Okay.
All good.
Yep. It's gonna be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Chris. If they can cover their own travel and they want to attend the pre-con, just send us. What is it? Info. It's on the website.
I
don't know what it is. Info at Gynec. Yeah. Just email us there, Chris. Put pre-con in the subject. Put pre-con. Sequel Sat pre-con in the subject.
Because we get so many emails, so we can figure it out.
Yep.
I love that. Chris giving a thumbs up, Jeff. Nice. All right.
Yeah.
So rules. So get your questions into the queue. Chatmaster C is standing by to get them queued up. One time is all you need. Once you put the question there with the queue call in, Chatmaster C queues it up. We have a 3 strikes rule here on Guy in a Cube. So if you spam the chat with your question, you will get put into a timeout by either Chatmaster C or one of our lovely moderators, except Patrick. So awesome. Yost coming in.
You say that every week.
I know. Do what?
I love how you say that every week.
Yeah, it's like a script, even though there's no script. Yost, member for 25 months. Thank you, man. Going back long time with Yost. Good person. So he said, talking about events, go check out Power BI Cruise, Copenhagen to Oslo and return in April. There's still tickets available. Power BI Cruise. I love
maybe
cruises.
one day.
I love
Maybe
cruises.
one day.
I know.
Maybe one day I'll get to go.
I know.
I'll be an empty nester after this school year, so I should be able to do some things. So I'm getting excited about it.
Yeah. Maybe you'll come visit me sometime.
A little sad. I will, absolutely. I absolutely will. Absolutely.
Every time I hear he's coming to Houston, I'm like, doesn't come visit me. That's fine.
I'm baking a day into my next trip just to come up and visit you.
It's all good. Yeah.
I'm telling you,
It's all good.
I'm telling you.
It's all good. Whoa, Chatmaster C said, let's do it. All right.
There you go. There you go.
She really wants to travel. All right. Yost, you heard it from her. Like, that's the boss right there. So she's going to look at that website right now. I know it. I can feel it in the network of the house. I felt a disturbance in the bits. Oh my gosh. All right. So get the questions queued up.
Let's answer some questions.
Go into the queue. Whew. All right. So MJ, short one. Will you invite Miguel Myers over anytime soon and have a stream session dedicated to visuals? It depends. So always happy to have Miguel. I love Miguel. We talk to him fairly regularly. So we need to talk about the format and figure that out. So we'll see. What happened? Guy on cruise. Yeah. Hey,
nope, that's a good idea though.
Instead of kicks from the cube, you could do kicks on the water.
Kicks on the water, right?
There you
kicks
go.
on the water.
There you go.
We'll talk to him. There's a lot of people out there. Miguel is definitely one of the great.
Yeah.
Visual
So I did also
experts
have
that
I do also want to get Mo on here as well.
Oh,
Mo would be
yeah.
good. Mo would be
Yeah.
good. So
Mo will be good. Mo will be good. Yep.
So stay tuned. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, Alex, thanks for dropping the YouTube video that they did over on Phil Seamark's, the user group that Phil Seamark's part of. That was a really good session. Yeah, it was a good session.
I have to go watch it. Okay.
So, and then, thinking about other things on the visual front too. So, awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right. So, Burnett, if you're not swimming on a cruise, you're doing it wrong. That's all I'll say. JV, let's see. How do I fix the error proceeding with this change will delete the existing incremental refresh policy because it is no longer valid in Power BI desktop refreshes?
Kicks in the water. So I set up incremental refresh when this thing came up, and I tried to reproduce. I changed some settings, I invalidated, and I still could not get this error. And I'm just in the desktop because that's what the error said. It said in Power BI desktop.
Power BI desktop refreshes, yeah.
Yeah, and I can't reproduce it. I can't figure out. That's what I was going to say, Chris. Make the policy valid. So what did you do? Something.
You changed something before that happened.
I'm serious about this incremental refresh thing. So if you could tell me what did you do to make it happen? I don't know what happened. I don't know because I can't reproduce this.
Yeah.
I tried so many things here while we were talking, and I can't get it to pop that error up. Did you change something in the parameters? Did you change something with your dates? Did you change something in the policy? What does he say? I set up incremental refresh for SharePoint. And I haven't touched the tables. This is you're going against what, SharePoint folders or something like that? Okay. I need to try to do that part.
So
okay.
the thing that would be interesting there is if something changed on the SharePoint end in terms of configuration of the library, would Power Query maybe pick that up automatically and then that caused the policy to be invalid because Power Query automatically picked up something? That'd be interesting to Chris.
Yeah, I know.
Be nice, Chris.
If you go preview it, yeah. If you preview it, that'll fix it. But what happens when you go to the service and publish and try to refresh? Do you get that error there? And do you have to preview it and try to refresh it every time?
I wouldn't think that would matter.
Just curious.
Wouldn't think that
You don't think so?
No, because I think it's something. something's getting updated on the SharePoint side. I think that's causing the problem. I think. That's an interesting one though. Try and repro.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I'm gonna try to reproduce it.
Yeah.
Damn, I missed that question. I wanted to copy that.
What?
I got it over here. I got it.
You know the beautiful thing about live streams, Patrick?
No, I don't.
They're recorded after the fact, so we can go back.
I'm not gonna go watch. I'm not watching it. That's not gonna happen.
It's not that you're lazy. You're just efficient. So you'll ping me and say, Adam, what was that question?
Yeah, I got it. I got it though. I got it. I'll go and try to.
Or you can always ask Chatmaster C to ping you on Teams with that question, so you have it from memory.
I got it.
Okay.
Got it.
All right.
Joe, thank you so much.
Joe, 10 months
Thank you
member.
so much.
Thank you, man.
I'm so happy. You
Loving
love
the T-sequel videos.
There's a lot. There's a lot of work that goes into those videos.
That makes Patrick happy.
It does.
They're good videos,
Joe.
though.
Thank you so much.
They're good videos.
Yeah,
I like them.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you. If you have any requests, please let me know. I read those comments. I do read the T-sequel comments, and I've been trying to answer those questions. So if you got any requests, put them in there.
Nice.
I'm happy to make another one.
Nice.
Yeah.
They're the videos you need, man. T-sequel. You need that. Andrew's saying Patrick's his favorite human.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Andrew.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
I will say, Patrick, you're not my favorite human.
I hope not.
Chatmaster C is my favorite human. So, just saying. She was probably there going like, yeah, who's your favorite human? Yeah. All right, moving on. Bruce, why have I still not seen my BDNX video? I don't even remember
was
that.
I supposed to do a video on that?
I don't remember. That's not ringing a bell. Were we supposed to?
I don't.
Well, you need to write it on the. Was that one you wrote on the box? And then the box got thrown out?
The box is gone. Yeah. Median
X. Bruce, can you remind us what the context of that was?
Yes, can you please remind me? My apologies, Bruce. My apologies. And before we switch over, I just want to remind, there's a question in here that I saw on God, it just went by so fast.
Which one?
Rick Palmer. Posted a question about the recent incremental refresh one. Yeah. Median is horrible function, intrinsically slow to compute. Okay. Hey, look at that, Joe. Look at Joe's comment. Whew. Man, I'm all in the chat today. Look at this. I'm all in the chat today.
We were just talking about that this morning too. We were just talking about that.
Look at that. I was the author. Which book was it, Joe? Which book was it?
He said we came to his agency. Bruce.
Okay.
All right.
Bruce, I don't remember. I'm sorry. I have to go look at notes. We probably have some notes somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, SQL Server 2012, step by step. Yeah. That's a long time ago. I wrote that entire book by myself. I did. I wrote that every word of that book I wrote by myself. Now we just need to ask Patrick when he'll release this. I denied it. I told him I wasn't doing it. I said I'm not doing it.
So, second edition of First SQL 2012. So it's still for SQL 2012. It's just an updated, it covers the service packs and cumulative updates on 2012.
No, it was it was not the one after 2012. Which one? It's something that came out after. It wasn't 2012. I don't know the order of the SQL Server releases
2014,
anymore.
and
then what was after that?
16 or 17.
So that was the one. Whatever
16.
That was the one they wanted me to update it, and I was like, I am not doing that, people.
And then 2019, and then 22. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you said you wanted Rick's question. Let's go with Rick's.
I do want Rick's question because
Rick
posted this.
The recent incremental refresh video shows using enable query folding in the M code. I think it's not really enabling it because if you add a step after, like renaming a field, you lose it.
It folds up until that point, and that's it. So I tried this. Exactly, Rick. And I should have said this in the video. Thanks for calling this out. I think you put this in the comment in the video, Rick. Thank you so much. It folds up to the point of where it's going to dynamically add the dates that I'm passing in. And handle the creation of the partitions, but anything after that is not going to fold back. So if you're using a stored procedure, and I should have said this in a video, if you are using a stored procedure, do everything you need to do in that stored procedure before you use it as part of incremental refresh with the enable fold. You are absolutely correct, Rick. Absolutely correct.
So I think you should write something on the board. I know you wanted to take a pause from incremental refresh videos. But you should do a video updating saying, hey, explaining the fold.
Well, you know what? Somebody's coming to my house in a couple of weeks, and maybe I'll just have him participate in explaining the fold. Mr. Alex Powers.
It's not me.
It's Mr. Power Query himself.
Yes.
Maybe that's something we'll do together.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Everyone's seeing the cube
Alex,
except for
I'm talking
me,
to you.
man. All right. All right.
We have a video idea. Oh, we have a video idea. Okay, I don't know what it is, Alex. Okay, never mind. Or is that our video idea? I don't know.
Either way, you didn't write it on the whiteboard.
Alex has got it. I don't have to write that one down.
Oh, he said that's our ideas. Okay.
Yeah, Alex has got
All
it.
right.
I don't have to worry
All right.
about it.
Moving
That's
on.
it.
Moving on.
Yeah.
All right, I'm taking Rick's off. Austin. Why are my newly updated IDs, once GUIDs, now in 64, being stored as hash values, despite using value encoding hint in tabular editor? So I'm going to give you a hint, Austin. The value encoding hint is a hint.
It's a hint.
It's not guaranteed. So if the engine thinks it
Yeah.
knows better, it's going to override that. So it says, do keys need to be hash, and do hash take up more space than values? It's a good
Hash
question.
does take up more space because it builds a dictionary, right?
Yeah.
It builds a dictionary.
Yeah.
But there's, and Marco, I think Marco's in the chat. I don't
Yes.
know the number, but there's a certain number of the
So I was talking to
cardinality, the
Phil
state
about
values.
this. He said something.
Yeah.
I want to say Phil told me it was like around 2 billion that it will kick
Million?
over. Was it? I thought it was
2 million.
I thought it was billion.
Whoa.
It was a big number.
Okay.
It was a big number.
Yeah.
Where it kicks over from value to hash. But there's other
Yeah.
things that go in that though. There's a whole algorithm that
And-
determines whether it's going to be hash or
Yeah.
value.
Well, then, and Bernat just made a very good point. If they're in a relationship, they're going to be hashed.
Yeah.
They're going to be hashed. So if you're using that, you're pretty. I'm pretty confident about that, Bernat. The thing that I don't know is at what number. Because Phil and I had the exact same conversation. He was like, "Boom! When it hits that number, sorry, it's gonna go. It's gonna go. Oh, it's 2. There you go. Gyne cube. The int 32 is the limit. 2 billion.
Yeah. Told you.
But okay, all right, okay. I was wrong. I'm okay being wrong.
Told you.
Whenever you're wrong, you know what? You know what happens whenever you're wrong? You get to learn something new.
You learn something new.
You get to learn something new.
Charlie.
What?
All right. All right.
Hash has the other contacts with someone.
All right. I feel you, Charlie. I feel you. All
It's
right.
the value encode. Wait, Marco said something else. Gyne cube, but it's the value encoding limit, not necessarily the number. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And then, yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's go on to the next one.
These are good questions.
I know.
These are exciting
Scott.
good questions.
I use Snowflake as my database source. When bringing in data, is it better to write a direct query and filter year, or connect to the entire table and filter through Power Query in Power BI? It depends.
No, that doesn't depend.
How big's the table?
Why, if I'm doing direct query,
Yeah.
why wouldn't I just filter it in the query? Why would I do it
Well,
in
yeah,
Power
yeah.
Query?
All right, yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, honestly, I'll give you one further. Why not create a view in Snowflake?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do it in Snowflake.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Why even do it in Power
As far
Query?
upstream.
As far
As
as
far upstream. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it depends, Kevin. No, it depends.
yeah. So in general, though, data transformation should be done as far upstream as possible, as far downstream as necessary. So always use that as your guiding post.
Yeah, Paul, there is a thing. Creative view. Creative view.
Creative view.
I watched this great video on the Synapse YouTube channel. I was telling Adam about it. It inspired me down this road of data-driven ETL and things like that. And there was a lady, I can't remember her name, but if you go to the Synapse YouTube channel, she was with Stan. Stan and I did lots of videos on our YouTube channel, and she shows how to auto-create all these views based on the data you load into your data lake. It was remarkable. And I called Adam. I was like, I'm going to do something like this. And he was like, okay, Patrick, calm down, calm down.
Simmer down, buddy. Simmer down. James, thank you for gifting memberships. Got five new members there. We got Nate, Lance, Sheila, Bradley, and Michael. Welcome to being members.
All right. Thanks,
welcome. All right. So I'm also gonna cherry pick one out of the queue because it's our friend Otto. Hope you're doing well, Otto. So it says, yo, my friends, how can I have a real clock running as a visual?
A real clock?
A real clock. So one thing I'm going to say it depends.
Fair enough.
First off, do we really mean a real clock, like the clock on your desk? I'm betting no. So we want to... Whoa, what was that?
I cleared it. Okay. I got rid of it.
So I would say, custom visual. But like one thing I'm thinking of is if you have like a web page that actually has a clock, maybe use the HTML. There was an HTML custom visual out there that maybe you could pull that in and just have that on the report. So that's the first thing. Yeah, the HTML Toma. Yeah, the HTML viewer visual, and then just embed anything in there. So whoa. So Otto, hopefully that helps you. I would go the HTML viewer custom visual route and then find some page that's got the clock and embed it. That's the easiest thing to do.
So we want to embed a real clock into a Power BI report. Interesting.
Okay.
Accept the challenge, Adam.
Okay.
Accept the challenge.
All right. And then Rodrigo, thank you. Member for 12 months. Very much appreciated. Also at our producer tier. Love it. He said, it's my birthday today and celebrating with an upgraded membership to producer. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Although that's kind of that's a gift to us, not a gift to you. But I mean, yeah, it could be a gift to you. But we appreciate it. Appreciate it.
I think Paul found a clock custom visual already.
All right. There you go. Found a clock custom visual. There you go.
What's the name of it, Paul?
Well, he put it's a link to the community site. So it may not be in the actual store. So I would say also be careful with that. Trust the source. Yeah. If you don't trust the source, don't do it. Alex put the thing, Power BI Visual, PBIvisuals.com.
I got it.
All right, let's grab one more. We are bumping up against the clock. We're going to grab one more. So Sandeep, you got a two-parter. Let's do this quick before Chatmaster C clears the queue. I have multiple data sets, one for each subject area. Now, as a self-service BI user, wants to be able to pull data from any of these models for their self-service BI reports. Of course they do. How do we meet this requirement? I certainly don't expect users to do this in their report. Is semantic layered data set over all the other multiple data sets using direct query mode a good idea? Oh, it depends. That's an it depends.
We've debated about this.
Yes.
We've debated about this.
Depends.
This conversation.
So I think, I have a lot of conversations where a lot of people go with, they want to use the direct query over Power BI data sets option. So the composite model, like the proxy model type feel. And they're thinking like, oh, I'm just going to create all these other data sets and then bring them into one big one and let people go to town. It could work. Although I would be very careful with that. You could run into a lot of performance issues, especially if you've got like you're gonna have limited relationships going between them. There could be data shuffling as a result of that and just added performance hit. And so definitely if you go that route, test it to see what it works, see how it does it. In general, though, another option for you is just to build a data set that answers the question that the person's trying to ask. Sometimes that can result in duplication of data, but it's an actual model that is representative of the problem it's trying to answer. So that's another option as well. And then I see the other extreme where people just make the one giant model to solve everything, and that usually has its other challenges, especially as it grows and trying to maintain it and the data size and everything else. So that could be a problem. I don't know, what else do you want to add, Patrick?
If you Marco did a video when this first came out, and it is still relevant today, and he breaks down, I was trying to find a video, I'll have to keep looking. He discusses all the nuances of composite models, and so you should definitely go, if that's something you're considering, go watch it, because he really breaks it down, performance problems, challenges that you can face. So you should go watch that video. I'm looking for it. I can't find it though.
The other thing also, if you want to go with like a model that answers a given problem and you want to have some kind of process there to maintain consistency, so data flows is also something to look at that could help on that front. Where you kind of, if you have like specific dimensions that are reused a lot, like you can store those from a data flows perspective and reuse those. So that's an option. Master model pattern that Johnny mentioned. That's another approach. So I know Michael Kowalski out on Elegant BI, he's got a whole blog post talking about master model approach. So that's a great one. Hey, Alex, if you can drop that link, that'd be great. All right. Chatmaster C has cleared the queue, so that means we are headed over into member-only chat. So what this means is that you can, everyone can watch the stream and learn the knowledge, but only members and moderators will be able to participate in the chat itself. And so if we didn't get to your question, apologies. There were still a bunch in the queue. We never get through all of them, but come back next time and we'll try again. You feel like you've stumbled on something, Patrick?
I sent it. I found it. I put it in the chat. I put Marco's video.
Oh, look at that. The there you go.
Yeah.
Technically, Johnny, yes, because Alex didn't respond. He might have been doing something else. So, oh, there you go. There you go. Alex came in. Yes, Johnny. He paused specifically for you to give you a chance. He was being nice today. He doesn't do that for me, but he did it for you. Although I have a screenshot. I did win.
No, you don't.
I do have a screenshot.
No, you don't.
I do.
Yeah,
I'm not lying.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So if you do have a burning question we didn't get to, super chats take priority. So feel free to do a super chat as well if you want it today. Just make sure you type in the question that you have in the super chat. All right. Going over to member only. There we go. And if you want to learn more about being a member, I'm going to pop the link in the chat again, so where you can go figure that out. No commitment required. Just thank you for taking a look. And there we go. All right. We do not have any pre-submitted questions lined up. I will give an update, though, the one that we talked about last week with the app permission stuff. I will say I was mostly right in the stream last week. There was a nuance I found after the fact. Because remember in the stream, like I did the permission thing, but it was still giving me the permission error. I found out why. So there's an extra step that was in there where you had to go get like the membership, or you had to go get the app from the original workspace for it to kick in. So video this Thursday will be an app permission video that explains all of that. So stay tuned on that one. And Patrick was all excited. He's like, whoa, you're making a real video? Yeah.
A real video.
I always make real videos. All of my videos are real videos.
Those last two videos are not real videos. What was it? Chat GPT, whatever that thing is. And then
answering
Bing
Webb's
Google
questions.
Something.
I went to Google.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I went to Google.
Whatever, man.
It hurt me to go to Google, but I went to Google.
Yeah. Paul says compared to the fake videos. Those two videos were fake, Paul. Those were fake.
Patrick's just, he's upset.
I'm just a hater. That's all. Go look at the numbers on that Chat GPT video. Insane compared to all the effort that I put in my little sequel videos.
In fairness, I give Patrick lots of ideas all the time, and he's just like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm like, well. Sorry.
Really good ideas too.
Really good ideas. And then when I tell him something I'm going to do, like I've got a couple other ideas floating around. He's like, "Oh man, that's such a good." I got one specifically I've been sitting on for a little while. I got to make it. And I'm really curious how that one's going to do. It's going to be good. All right. Here we go. Johnny coming in with the first question on the member side. Do you see Alex? All right. Do you see any examples out in the wild of people using Tableau? I love how you type that. You can type out the full. It's fine. Okay. So any people out in the wild, people using Tableau with a Power BI data set as the data source using XMLA endpoint. Any gotchas to look out for? So I know of one customer interaction where I heard that was happening. I've only heard it one time. I'm sure it's out there. But in terms of what I've experienced, I've only encountered it one time, but that was just a side comment. Like they weren't hitting they didn't describe what was going on. They just said it worked. I'm not aware of any like issues or gotchas. I mean, when using XMLA endpoint in general, I mean, you gotta.
Well, there's some, at least when it was, and I haven't tried it. So I had to build a demo for when I switched teams for the short period of time.
Oh, yeah. I
and I
remember
had to
that.
build a demo. And there's some things, and I don't remember what they were, but there's some things you got to do to give it the full functionality. There's certain things that didn't show up at the time, and you had to go check some boxes in Tableau and things like that. But once I did all those things, I'll see if I can find it, Johnny. But it worked. Like so, Adam said, it worked.
Effectively, Tableau is going to just treat it as an analysis services database. That's effectively what it's going to be. So that's it. So.
Yep. I love Alex's question. I just
Paul,
love it.
Paul coming in. He watched the Ode to a Pie Chart. Yeah, it's only a minute long. It's not long.
Yeah.
It was great. All right, Alex, I'll grab this because I can't queue it up. I don't want it to disappear. So, Alex, member for 35 months. Alex has been there from the beginning. He's amazing. I love Alex. Question, Patrick. I want to move all my drop, create, update table statements into the Power Query native query box. Good idea or great idea?
So
my gosh.
I call Alex up and I say, let me show you something. And so he looks at it and he goes, what? Why would anybody? And so basically it was create temp table, insert into temp table, create another temp table, insert into another temp table, create another temp table, insert into this temp table. At the beginning, they drop all the temp tables.
It's all in Power Query.
They drop all the temp.
It's all in Power Query.
It's all in Power Query. And then they write a query at the end that joins to some actual tables with those temp tables and return the result. Let's just say, Alex, I got an email this morning that mentioned the word deadlock.
Well, so I want to bring up a point too. This is something we struggle with all the time.
Yeah.
Is that when you encounter an error in Power BI, the default assumption there is something's wrong with Power BI.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So whether it's the gateway, whether it's the service, I see it all the time. I saw it. I was in support for a long time too. The onus was always on us at Microsoft to prove that it wasn't Microsoft's product that was the problem. So it was always that was always the case, and I get it. That's fine. So in this case, it was it's a gateway issue, and they're like, oh, something's wrong with the gateway or Power BI. Like, what's going on? And it's intermittent, and like Patrick's original when he first saw that, before we even found out what was going on, he's just like, has anyone looked at the SQL server? like this thing's like dying. And so then we saw like oh, they're getting deadlocks. Like, well, okay. Like, shocking. And so that's the underlying problem. Like, it's because you're doing don't do that. So
yeah, don't do it. And you know what, Pabita? The funny thing is, there were tons at the beginning of some of the queries. They said set transaction isolation level, right, to read uncommitted.
Oh no!
Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I saw one of those.
Ooh.
I'm like, what?
You know what? You know why? They didn't read your SQL 2012 book.
They did not.
But I mean,
and there were no locks all over the place. There were no lock hits all over the queries. Yeah, it was bad.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's just layers. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's like an onion. It's like an onion. You just keep peeling them back. You just keep peeling them back. Yeah.
So Robin said there was a time when the word deadlock used to provide a very nice living for a lot of us. That and we can't find the backup. All right. So I've said this to other people. I may have said this on stream before, but the best error message I've ever seen is a GitHub or a Git error message. It says that it was basically like a decapitated head error. And it's a legit error in Git. Like it actually makes sense if you understand Git, but it's like a decap. I was in a training for GitHub one time, and there's a lady in the back, and the instructor was just like, "All right, you'll probably never see this, but it's really, really rare. It's a very weird edge case, but I just want to explain decapitated head errors." And right when he said that, lady in the back was like, "Ooh, I just got one," and we're like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, of course you did. Of course you did. Oh, yes. And James, I agree. Brent Ozar just had a heart attack knowing that someone suggested read uncommitted, along with no locks.
It was bad. Yeah, it was. I was like, "What are they doing? What are they doing?" But,
yeah, Johnny. Bad. All right, moving on.
It's bad.
That was good. Oh, all right, Joe.
Alex, it's so funny.
Is there a reason why I would use an ODBC connector for BigQuery versus the Power Query connector? Ooh, so the native connector versus the ODBC connector. I will say, to Alex in the chat, I wish he was on this to answer this too. So there's a customer I work with that is using BigQuery, and they have told me multiple times they hit issues using the ODBC connector, and they don't hit it using the native connector. And so I would say, look, the ODBC is there, but in terms of native functionality and the work Microsoft's doing with Google to create that connector, those are all happening in the native connector, and so you'll see updates there and improvements and optimizations. Whereas for ODBC, it's just ODBC, so you're reliant on the Simba driver to go get updated, and so it's not as fluid. So I would say if you can, go with the native connector, not the ODBC driver. So yeah, if there's a specific reason why you need to use the ODBC, like the native connector is not doing something and you need the ODBC to do it, then okay. But other than that, I would try to use the native connector. Casper, enough for SQL. I came here for DAX.
No one comes here for DAX, like Johnny says. No one comes here for DAX. We have Marco on like once a month to come talk about DAX.
DAF, where's the MDX chat? There you go. There you go. Oh my gosh. That's nice. All right. So Joe, hopefully that answers. Alex, I don't know if you have other thoughts you want to drop in the chat. But that's my take on it. Unless or Patrick, do you have thoughts about the ODBC versus native connector? No? Okay. All right, Tom, two-parter. I can't figure out why I can't incremental refresh. Why I can't get incremental refresh working. As best I can tell, I have everything correct. Of course. It's PPU workspace. But when I refresh in the cloud after publishing, I just get, wait for it. There was an error when processing the data in the data set. The date field uses convert date time created date in the view in Azure SQL. Is that the problem, or it's desktop okay? So the error that we get on the refresh is there was an error when processing the data in the data set. So there should be a more underlying error that's going on.
Wait, let me make sure I understand, Tom. So the date field in you have a view or a query that you're writing. That's what I need to know. So because if you're using convert date time to date. Oh, in the view. Okay, there's a view. And you set up incremental refresh and you get an error. Okay.
So my question though would be, why are we automatically assuming that you got a generic error when refreshing the data set? Why are we automatically assuming it has to do with that convert date time?
Why not?
Like, I don't have enough information to say that it has to do with the convert date time.
Sure.
So, and my other question there would be, are you getting that in Power BI desktop? So,
so Tom, instead of
because you said
doing
this
that,
happens
though,
when publishing it to the cloud, so it
yeah.
works in desktop.
But instead of doing that, and do you get an error when you open up the incremental refresh window? Do you get a warning saying, "Hey, there's something not working"? There's so many things here, right? So,
Yeah.
but instead of converting the date time in the view, and I don't know if that's a problem. I have this obsession with incremental refresh, and I wrote it down.
Well, and you said it's fine in desktop. It works fine in desktop.
Yeah, but we don't. I mean, I don't know what's happening in the service, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, can you not convert it? Can you just remove that convert? So what I'm saying is remove the convert. I was just saying, like, let's
the
rule
fact
it
that
out.
yeah, but my thing is the fact that it works in desktop tells me that's not the problem.
Okay.
Unless maybe you're pointing to a smaller like database and then you point to a different database when you go to the service. So maybe there's a difference in data that's coming back. I don't know.
Yes, there you go. So that's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
And so write a function. Alex is gonna like that I say this. So write a function to convert the date to a date time. What's so funny? What's so funny?
I'm just gonna update our pre-con to be incremental refresh in a day, all day.
Incremental refresh in a day.
Patrick was saying he's just like, man, I got so many more incremental refresh video ideas, and like that's his jam.
I do.
And he's like, I'm gonna stop doing. I'm like, well, maybe you should just be more incremental with your videos.
And
Anyway.
but if you don't do it, and I have a video that shows you how to create this function where you can convert an integer or anything to a date. And
You did a video on that. I thought you did a video.
I did a video on this. And
so
try
Tom,
to see. Go ahead.
Tom, I would say, I don't know if you're going through a gateway, but it's Azure SQL, so maybe you're not going through a gateway, but I would try and see, is there some underlying error there? Because the error that you posted, that's a generic error message. So, like, can we do like a profiler trace on it, your PPU, so we could slap profiler on the XMLA endpoint when you do the refresh if it's consistent? Like, is there another error that's popping there that may give you more of a pointer? So
I'm gonna do this.
that's my thing. Is like,
this
let's
out.
find the error that gives us a pointer in the direction. You're focusing on this convert date time. I don't have anything that indicates that's the problem if it works in desktop. So
Paul, you read my mind, my friend. You read my mind, Paul.
that's scary.
I
I really wish
that-
it would support a date type column and parameters instead of just date time.
Instead of date time. I'm sure there's a reason why.
If only you knew someone, Patrick, you could talk to about this.
Yeah, I have talked to him about it already.
I know. Tom said no gateway. So I would XMLA endpoint, stick profiler trace on there. See what the error is when refreshing. See if that gives you a better direction.
Well, but go run. Just go say select star from that view in Management Studio. That's all I want you to do. Don't change anything about the view. Go say select star from the view. Maybe the view error is out, right? Maybe the view on that convert of that date time. Maybe the view error is out.
Yeah.
Trying to do the conversion. Just go run the query.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just go run it. And then I think Kevin just said there's a function try convert, but you may lose data. Right. You may lose out. It'll just null it out.
Yeah.
But you could do that. But you need to check the data in that column. All right.
Yep. Okay. All right. Candace K. Two-parter. Another two-parter.
Ooh, goodness.
I have a report that gets data from an ag table in the data warehouse. Wait,
Yeah.
so the ag table is defined in the data warehouse and we're getting it there? So we're not
Sounds
using
like it to me.
Yeah. All right. Which is based on more granular facts. That makes sense. I want to pass the selected date from the ag report to a detail and filter using two dates from the more granular fact. So example, start date on or before selected date and end date on or after. Okay.
Can you go back to the first part?
Yeah. So we're doing a drill through. We're doing a drill through. And we want to do a drill through on the start and end date. So do we have those as a slicer?
I want to pass the selected date from the ag report.
So we have them as a slicer for the start and the end date. Then we could do like a sync slicer on the detail page.
But with two dates.
and pass that. Yeah, drill through, but with 2 dates. So do we have slicer for start date and end date? If we do, use sync slicers. That'll pass the date filter.
Slicers.
That'll pass the date filter. Or actually, even when we do drill through, if you say all filters, you don't even need sync
All
slicers.
filters.
There. Use all filters on the drill
All
through.
filters.
Yeah, and then the start and end date will just pass through. So, and then you can use that. Then you have the context of the start and end date on the detail page. So, slicers only for snapshot date. So I don't understand the context around the date. So I would assume that we have a start and end date that's going off of a dimension that then is driving the filtering on the fact tables. So why are we doing? Why is the slicer going off of a column on the fact table directly? Right?
Yeah. I need more information about this, man.
Yeah.
I need a sample model. And this would be a good video if we had a sample model.
Yeah.
If you have a sample model that you could send. Who is this?
So the table has
Candace?
the snapshot date, which I allow filtering.
Yeah. If you could if you have a sample model with some fake data, send it over.
But again, I always get nervous when we start filtering on the fact table. So,
I do. Yeah. We shouldn't, but I need to see. This is a good one. This is a good one, Candace K. Oh,
Like
it's not related to the fact dates or not related to the snapshot date. I think I get it.
Well, no,
but
that's
I need to see
fine.
the model.
Could there maybe be a dimension table of like, hey, this is when the snapshot occurred or something like that we could drive off of that? So
I think Bernard is going down the right path with treat as, but I need to see a sample model.
yeah, we need to see a sample. So Candace, I don't know what level member you are. If you're visitor or producer above, like send it to us. You can go to the member tab on the YouTube channel. There's instructions on how to send us something.
Please send it, because this may make a great video on ags. I haven't done a video on ags in a long time.
Ag table date is linked to dim date. Yeah. But I mean, the slicer should be going off a dim date table, I would think. And then that filters through.
I gotta see it. I gotta see it, man.
Yeah.
I gotta see it.
Yeah, definitely need more info.
So I want to go back though. Somebody posted a comment about they want to see a video, because I wanted to ask this question. Oh man, they want to see a video series on the different types of dimensions, and so I did one on a slowly changing dimension. I didn't like talk about just a regular dimension or a dummy dimension. Just more people want. Do more people want to see that? Do more people want to see that? Just curious, right? I'm curious if people, more people want to see that, continue that journey. So,
Okay. Kathleen, thank you for becoming a supporter. Very much appreciated. Welcome to the crew.
she said, I'm sure my baby is ugly.
So the other thing, Candace, too, because you said you were going to be at SQL Saturday. Bring it there also.
Bring it to SQL Saturday.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
We'll get a little room over there. There's some rooms off to the side, little breakout rooms, and I'm happy to look at it.
Take a look at it.
Yep.
Yeah. No, we did see part 2, Paul. We did.
Whoa.
But then Patrick wanted to go back to part 1 of the question.
Yeah.
So they were both shown.
Please bring it.
All right.
Please bring it, Candace. I will
Moving
take
on.
a look.
Moving on. Burnett. Is it possible to see who has access to each report based on the app audience through the REST API?
I don't think you can.
I don't think you can. I know. I'm gonna say no.
I don't think you can.
That's I know that's been an ask from many customers in terms of total permission validation on who has access to what. So there could potentially be some, like through the scanner APIs. So through the scanner APIs, and then you can go get. So I think part of the problem is like when you do the workspace thing, by default, that doesn't give you the permissions, but I don't know that you can get the permissions of the app directly. I have to go back and look, but what I'm recalling off the top of my head is that no, you can't do that today.
I don't think so. I don't think you can. I don't think you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't, David, I don't know. I'd have to go check. It's possible that they don't yet. So, yeah, you can get the app, right? Right. Yeah. So those APIs need to be updated. Still in preview, so hopefully that'll be coming. So, but yeah, I don't think you can get that yet today.
Oh wait, Tomas says you can do that. Is that in reference to this?
I will take a look.
We gotta go try it.
I will take a look. If you can, I will do a video on it.
All right, another real video.
That's like a Patrick video right there. That's fairly specific.
SQL Saturday is free.
Yes.
It's absolutely the day of SQL Saturday. The pre-con is I think $150, but the day SQL Saturday on Saturday is absolutely free. It's absolutely free.
Yeah, Burnett, I'll take a look and we'll. Tomas says you can, so we're gonna go with that.
All right.
I'll figure out how.
All right.
Or if Toma, you want to shortcut it and send me something like a hint, that makes it more efficient. Totally give you a shout out. All right, Chris. How to automate event tracing against Azure AS? Is there a start, stop, save API? So it's done through XMLA.
But I thought Azure AS. I thought there were some logs and stuff.
Oh, so you can do log analytics, like the log analytics integration. That'll just dump it all. So, yeah. So he wants to get the job graph events, or is that event logged to Custo? So yeah. So the log analytics. I'm trying to remember because Phil did this whole visualizer refresh, which uses job graph. And at the time that he made that, I thought he said that the job graph wasn't being outputted to the log analytics piece yet. But that was a while ago. And so
yeah, I think all that's just baked in Azure AS. If we're talking Power BI Premium, you got to go set up log analytics. But I could have.
No. So for Azure AS, you can use log analytics as well. That's part of the diagnostics of Azure AS. What I don't know is if the job graph event actually gets dumped to that. That's the question. That's the question.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if that, so I know originally when Phil did that blog, he told me that the job graph was not there at the time. That was like what 2-3 years ago though. Yeah. So hopefully it is there now. I'd have to go ask and check. I don't know off the top of my head.
Yep.
So I'll ping you, Chris, if I find it. I'll ping me on Chris's Microsoft. So ping me on Monday and I'll find out.
Okay.
So we'll see if it's there in log analytics. I'm just gonna ask Phil. So
that's easy enough.
Yeah. Yep. So all right, cool. Moving on. Nate. Look at that. Just making connections, man. That's what we're doing. Making connections.
Yeah.
Helping folks out. All right, Nate. Is it possible to choose report? There is 2 reports connected to a data set. Possible to choose a report to display when testing RLS. It is for no. So when you test RLS, you're doing it in the context of that report. So because you can do test as user.
But where would you choose the report? I'm trying to think about the question. How would because it's RLS, it's on the data model. If I have a report, you have it's on the data model. But when I go,
hang on, let's go over to my computer.
Yeah.
All right. So when I do, can you do it there? No. So you do it on this. So you do security. It's not there. Where is the setting?
Bernard is thinking what I'm thinking here.
I always forget where the setting is. Where's the view as setting though? No, it's in the. It's in here, isn't it?
It's in the report, right?
Yeah, it's in the report. Yeah.
Man, I haven't done this in so long.
I know. I'm trying to remember where the setting is. Where's the setting?
Go back to the report. Go back to and click the ellipsis on the report.
I did. I didn't see it there.
It's so bad, dude.
I didn't see it there.
Do you have row level security on that report?
Yeah.
Security, right click, member. Security, choose security.
Oh, yeah. There it is. Test as role. So, yeah, but how does it...
It's on that report. It's on that report, though.
Yeah,
See
but what
I'm
if you have
saying?
Yeah, but what he's saying is you've got multiple reports that are for that data set in that workspace. How does it know which one to
So
go
where
to?
did you do that? Where did you use security chooses role? Where did you do
On the
that?
data set. That's an interesting. Ooh, I've never tried that. So if you do test as role, it
which report?
immediately goes to a given
Oh,
report.
so if I have multiple,
Yeah. So how do you get it to go to the other report when it's on the data set? Ooh, that's a good one. You're the first one that's ever asked us that. That's interesting. Update the URL string. Oh yeah, yeah. Put in the. Well, wait a second. No, I don't know that that would work. So there's no URL parameter saying test as role, which means it's happening somewhere else. So if you change the, let's try it. Let's try it. All right, this is the report. Hang on. Which one was this? Which one is this? Dynamic RLS. So let's go to the static. Let's try this. All right, so we're gonna go to security, doing this real time. We're gonna do test as role. Oh, I don't have another report though that's bound. All right, that's not gonna work. We'll have to try that. I don't think that's gonna work though. I don't think that'll work. It'd be interesting though. All right, Yoast is saying you can change the report grid, so, but I don't. I'm curious. Does that reset the view context here of like the testing? I'd have to try it. So there you go.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
so
I know, David.
Charlie's
I caught
saying
that
the
as I
role-
was doing it.
The role will be the same, but I guess what he's trying to see is
We want to try it
what
on a
Nate's
different
trying to see is
report. Yeah,
how
validate
it
it on a
affects
different
that
report.
report.
Yeah.
how it affects that report.
That's a good one. Write that on your board, Patrick. That's a good one. I like that.
What I don't know the actual.
Validating RLS roles when you have multiple reports. Something of that nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
All
I mean, if it works on the data set, for one report, it's going to work on all the reports. It should, right? I mean, technically, it should work.
Yeah, but if you're trying to actually validate the data that's coming out, like maybe the report is different and it's looking at different data. So, Patrick, come back.
We're not.
Now, Patrick was out. He's like, I'm out. You broke Patrick.
This is two good. This is three good things to try.
A lot of good
All
stuff in the stream. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. All right. We are over time. Oh my gosh. We're over time.
So the last point, Charlie said, "What if I had the local PBIX files? Could I test it there?" Yeah. Right?
Yes.
Could you do it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, but here's the thing. So typically, because the role, no. How does that work when you're doing a live connection?
RLS works.
RLS works, but how do you do the test? You don't have the test modeling stuff because that's grayed out.
You're right.
Now you could do it in DAX Studio though. You can do it in DAX
You can do it
Studio.
in DAX Studio. But I'm not testing my report though.
No, but if you have if there's like a visual that you have that you want to validate the results for that, get the query for the visual from Perf Analyzer,
That's
take
a
it
lot
over
of
to
work.
DAX.
That's not
I
efficient.
know there's click tax on that. All right, we got to try the URL thing and see if that works.
I wrote it down.
Whew. All right. We are at time, so we still had questions in the queue. So apologies we didn't get to your question. Come back next time. So we love all of it. Patrick, any closing words of wisdom?
So the in-person events are coming back, right? I'm so excited. There's tons of in-person events popping up.
They are.
If you don't know about these events, like SQL Saturday, before the pandemic hit, SQL Saturday was just this prolific. It was everywhere. We went to all these events. It was great. If there's one in your community, right? If somebody's doing one that's driving distance, especially for you, participate, volunteer, or speak, give a session,
Get involved,
something like that, right? Get involved. That's it. I was thinking about Damu and I were talking.
SQL
about
Saturdays
Bits,
are always
yes,
looking
Johnny.
for volunteers.
Yeah, always looking for volunteers. Bits, yes, Johnny.
And Bits.
Bits. See you at Bits. We'll see you at Bits.
We will
It's
see you
getting
at
close.
Bits.
It's about
We're
a
ready.
month away.
We're getting
It's about
ready.
A month away.
Patrick's prepared. We're getting there. Still got time. He asked me this morning, how many weeks till Bits? I'm like, 5. You got 5, man. It's counting down. Alrighty. Thank you everyone for joining. Appreciate y'all. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Paul's shouting out too. Go to Power BI Cruise in April.
Go to Power BI Cruise in April.
Apparently, Chat Master C said we were gonna go. She said let's do it.
I'm so jealous now. I'm so jealous.
I don't know that was real, but I will validate after this.
So jealous. I don't know.
All
She
right.
says it. Enjoy DAX.
I would
Yes,
love
Marco.
going on the
Enjoy
cruise.
DAX.
Yes, enjoy DAX.
Enjoy DAX.
All right, everyone. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time. Enjoy your weekend. Have a great next week.
When I lose control, everyone lies just to ease their soul. Feels good to be, feels good to be, feels good to be a little bit bad. Feels good to be, feels good to be, feels good to be a little bit bad. Just afraid to show our colors.